All right, here we go. All right, we're gonna fly out to we're gonna fly up to ATL, refuel, and then head on our way out to LAX. And good morning, Chris Scott. Thanks for joining us this morning, man. Appreciate you joining us. We're gonna do a full simulation flight with flight planning and flight plans and EDFs and everything. So let's get ready for the show. Let me just double check a few things here and make sure we're all working today, because yesterday I noticed that the game sound wasn't working. So, and yay, we have game sound today. All right. All right, let's get it done. Let's see here. Let's get in the cockpit here. Power up our headphones. Let's get her all powered up here. Wake up. There we go. I think that turned us up. Yep, we're good to go there. Let's put our headphones on.
Check, check, check. Roger, roger, roger. Check, check, check. Yep, all right. Check our ground. The custom cockpit views are all working. All right. Turn our GPU on. So now we have external power. All right, we're full simulation now. We're ready to go. Okay, so first things first. Let's get. I gotta look over here. Okay, there we go. All right. Let's do our flight plan. So we're gonna go from We're gonna go from KMIA to KATL. We're gonna let it do an auto alternate airport, and we're flying in the A380. Okay, we'll do the walk around, Chris. You got it, buddy. All right, so the A380. Let me just get our flight plan figured out here, and then we'll do that. Let's turn this into the world map. We really can't do, like, I'll do the walk around, but it doesn't let us check the gear and the ailerons, because the plane, this is bedroot designed airplanes, and it doesn't let you, like, check the status of the gear and stuff like that, but we'll do the walk around anyways. All right, so it looks like they have us doing the Flamingo 2 departure to Stymie, and then up into ATL, but it doesn't look like they have anything Okay, yes they do. Alright. And they got us coming down on runway 9 right for ATL, so that looks good. All of that looks good. Alright. So we're gonna generate that flight for here for now. Alright. And then I just want to import this into charts, but I guess they want me to open it for some reason. Close. Alright, so now we're loaded up into charts. Flamingo departure with the stymie transition. Now why they just gave us the arrival. Let's do the approach. Let's select an approach for here. And we're gonna do ILS runway, and we're gonna add that to the route. Now, I don't know why they always try to force us into hand manual, but we're gonna fix that. We're not gonna do that. And then our alternate is KHSV Huntsville International Jones Airport. So why can't I just import this into charts though? That's what I want to do. I want to import it into charts. Anyways, we'll just do it in charts anyways. Alright, so if we come over here and we look at charts, we're going to import flight from SimBrief, then KMIA to ATL, and there we go, that loaded it into our charts here, so we're good to go on that. Now the thing is none of this will accept, so I still have to do it with the PFD, or the PDF, or whatever it's called. How are we working? Everything working this morning? Everything's working good? Alright. Alright, let's do our walk around. Let's do the walk around. Why isn't my mouse cooperating this morning? There it goes.
All right, so the walk around, here we go. Does let us look at, maybe I was wrong, maybe we can't, yeah, see, no, it doesn't let us like check the landing gear and stuff. But we could do the walk around anyways, we'll do it just for fun. We'll check our engine cowls, make sure everything looks good on the engine cowls, make sure the blades have no hairline fractures in them, everything looks good there. Everything looks good there. Ailerons look good, flaps look good. Check our landing gear here. We're gonna run over here. Oh, I can't get any closer than that. That's weird. They did some, look at the detail in that. That's pretty good. Like, that's pretty dang good. This thing is a beast, man. Like, it's humongous. Look at that. Look, it even has my custom tail number on there. Nice. Oops, I'm stuck on the engine, Cal. All right. I'd say everything looks good. Let's check in with this pushback tug here. How you doing this morning, buddy? You good to go? You ready? You ready for the pushback? All right. All right, back to where we were.
Check. Yep, everything's working. Okay, good. All right, so flight planning. Oops, I gotta get my mouse back over here. There we go. Flight planning. So we're gonna pull up our little PFD here. And we're going from KMIA to KATL. Let's just do 30,000 feet. That feels right. Runway 9. What did they have us on? They didn't have us on runway 9. They had us on, Sim Brief has us on, oh, look, we could just do this. We'll just do this. Look at here. We're just going to copy and paste this in here. Copy. Yeah, but they have us on runway 8, right? Not runway 9. All right, let's minimize that. And then we're just going to enter this route string in here. Control
V, save. And there we go. What I don't like, yeah, see, it didn't give us, so what we'll do is we're gonna go down to our approach, and it's gonna be ILS 10. All right, and that's our go around. If we don't like it, we're gonna go around in that direction. So let's change that procedure and see what happens. See, it still has us doing the turnaround in manual, which I don't like that. I don't want to do my turnaround in manual steering. I want to have it all connected. So we can't delete that manual. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna just go back to the route, and we're gonna send this to avionics. Now, when we initiate, how come it didn't load into avionics? Send it to avionics. All right, I guess we're gonna be doing this the old-fashioned way. Okay, so we're going from I think this plane won't, none of it load auto. You have to enter it manually for this plane, so KATL. There we go. Dex 79. And then our flight level is going to be 00300 dash. We're going to say it's negative 59 degrees up there. All right, so that should be good. Now we go to flight plan, and we're doing KMIA departure, and our runway is, they're still giving us runway 9, but SimBrief is telling us runway 8 left. So we're gonna do runway 8 left. Runway 8 left, and they're giving us the Flamingo 2 via stymie. So Flamingo 2 with the stymie transition. Flamingo 2 stymie, right? We did that, right? Flamingo 2 stymie, yep, so we'll insert that. And then we'll check this, yep, Flamingo 2 to stymie. All right, so let's get out of this for now because it's really not helping us. And let's zoom out here a little bit, and we're gonna set our MFD to plan, and we're gonna zoom out. First, let's turn all the lights up because we can barely see anything. There we go. Our PFD. All right, so there we go. So we have our departure out of Miami. Let me zoom out here a little bit so we can see all of it. Zoom out a little bit more. There we go. All right. And then that just jumps us to ATL because we don't have the rest of the flight plan in yet. Am I echoing? Okay, hold on a second here. Why am I echoing? Let me fix that. I think I might know right away why I'm echoing. I can't be echoing. Oh, wait, okay. My bad, I see what's going on here.
There, how's that? Does that sound better? I had my He-Man voice on. Oh. Yeah, I quick keyed it on the keyboard while I was doing all this. Alright. My bad. My He-Man voice was going on. Alright, so we're gonna have to put the rest of this in hand. So let me do this. Let me do this. Just bring this over here for now. Actually, no, let's put it back where it was. Yeah, I accidentally, so I forget I got key binds for my voice mod, and I must have hit the He-Man button while I was programming things. Alright, so let me do this real quick. How do I want to do this? I'm gonna minimize this so it's not so big. Oops, that didn't work. How am I going to do this? It won't let me. There we go. Actually, I'm not going to do that. I can just do it like this. Why am I making this hard on myself? Open Sesame. There we go. Okay, we want to go back down here to South Florida. So I got to plug all this in because it's just the way this plane is. You can't do a manual load. So here, let me maximize this. Yeah, I can't do that either. I gotta leave it in regular, normal. Okay, all right. Well, let me try to see if I can see this then. All right, so this is Stymie up here. Flamingo to Stymie. Well, actually, I could just look at here because, okay, so it's Flamingo, Stymie. Where's the Stymie? There's Stymie. Okay, and then Waco. All right, so now here. There we go. So we're gonna go to Waco. Boy, everything's just being extra special today, isn't it? Okay, so Waco. It's like just perfectly right in the way. Let me zoom out. So there we go. So Waco, then from Waco we go to M-Jams. I forgot that this plane is like this, so sorry, but we gotta enter our flight plan in. So E-T-O-R-E. Oh no, wait. Yeah, I got it right. E-Tor. Okay, to Shirks. S-H-R-K-S. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. I put that in the wrong spot. Oh no, it took it anyways. All right, we're okay. We're okay. Shirks, and then L-A-R-I. L-A-I-R-I. Do L-A-R-Z-D. We've got two of them, but it's the same number, so it doesn't matter. Just pick one. There we go. All right, now our arrival. That we don't have to enter in manually. So let's check. Let's insert all of this and check it. Move this real quick. There we go. So it has us all the way to there. So let's just do, we'll insert our arrival. We want to do, what did SimBrief say we were doing? SimBrief says, oh no, I closed it all the way. That's okay. right in Atlanta. Okay, so 9 right in Atlanta. So we want to select runway 9 right, ILS runway 9 right. There's no transition available. So that'll just give us a direct in anyway, so let's just insert that. All right, now let's check everything again one more time. Let's zoom in and make sure. Yep, there's no discontinuities, none of that, so that all looks good. There we go, flight plan entered. All right, what's our next step here? Turn on our seatbelt signs, turn on our overhead lighting. Let's crank all of our lighting up because it's the middle of the day and things are hard to see. We don't really need our floodlight on, but we're gonna kick that up a little bit too. All right, let's check this out real quick. Yeah, that looks good. Everything looks good. Let's look at our approach into Atlanta here. Yeah, that's good. I'll take that. All right. All right, next step. Let's get IFR clearance here. Actually, we need to load the plane, don't we? We need to load the plane up.
Miami ground, Bet 2-1. Could you please get the passengers on board?
Bet 2-1. The jetway is going to be connected.
Request baggage.
Miami ground, Bet 2-1. Could you please send the baggage?
Bet 2-1. Baggage is on the way.
Catering service.
Miami ground, Bet 2-1.
Bet
Could you
2-1.
please send the
The
catering
catering
truck?
truck is on the road.
Alright, so while they're doing all that, I'll do some tuning over here. Our speed is gonna be 380, wait, which plane is this? Let's just do 330 for now, and then we'll go from there once we're up. I think she does more than that though, but we'll figure it out. And then our vertical speed is going to be let's do 3,000 feet per minute. There, let's turn the, see I was free, there we go. Let's turn this up too, I can't see anything. Okay, I think that's good. Let's see, are they done doing everything out here? Yep, okay, the baggage is done. The catering truck is still trying to get loaded up here. I remember they had the skin. Like, so on my 2020, my Flight Simulator 2020, it actually showed the airplane skins for the airlines and the actual model of the plane. But I guess they haven't figured that out on this one yet, or I'm missing something because I can't seem to find that same add-on for this one that I had on 2020. There goes the fuel truck. Come on, these guys in catering need to get it figured out.
Miami ground, Bet 2-1. I am done with the boarding.
If you're wondering why you hear a female voice, it's because my co-pilot is a female. Alright, are you gonna disconnect this thing or what? The catering truck is done, can you...
Miami ground, Bet 2-1. I am done with the boarding.
Alright, anyways, let's go back to clearance. Request IFR.
Miami ground, Bet 2-1 IFR to Atlanta.
Bat
Ready to
2-1
copy.
is cleared to Atlanta Airport via the FLMGO to departure, runway 9er. Climb via SID, maintain 5,000, expect flight level for 0010 minutes after departure. Departure frequency is 126.85, squawk 0562.
Roger that.
Cleared to Atlanta via the FLMGO to departure, runway 9er. Climb via SID, maintain 5,000, expect flight level for 0010 minutes after departure. Departure frequency is 126.85, squawk 0562, Bet 2-1.
Bat 2-1, read back correct. Contact ground on 1 tree, 1.6. Good day.
Alright, let's request pushback, let's request pushback first.
Miami ground, Bet 2-1, gate Delta 2 tree, information echo. Request pushback.
Bat 2-1, Miami ground. Pushback approved.
Oh, come on, guys, really? Alright, well, we're gonna do this the old-fashioned way. We're gonna force them to let us go. Okay, so let's turn all of our fuel pumps on. The game doesn't, like, the simulator doesn't always work right. I shouldn't call it a game. It's not. Let's turn our APU generators on. Engine start mode. APU bleed on. APU master on. Standby on. I am aware that I'm not following the exact checklist, but let's turn our external power off. Off. Alright, so it's available. Alright, we can start her up now.
Miami ground, bed 2-1 with Echo, ready to taxi, IFR.
Bat 2-1. Taxi to and hold short of runway 9er using taxiway 9er November 7 November Whiskey Yankee Cross runway, tree 0 Yankee Sierra Sierra 1. Contact tower on 118 decimal tree. When ready.
Taxi to and hold short runway 9er using taxiway 9er November 7 November Whiskey Yankee Cross runway tree 0 Yankee Sierra Sierra 1, bed 2-1. Miami ground, bed 2-1, requesting pushback.
Bat 2-1. Pushback request accepted.
There we go. I had to force it, man. They weren't letting me, I mean, I know you're supposed to get pushed back first and then they start the engines once they're pushed back, but they weren't giving me that option. Is he connected yet? There we go. He's connected. All right.
Miami ground, bed 2-1, requesting pushback tug to steer the aircraft to the left.
Bat 2-1. Your request has been transmitted to the operator.
They didn't give me runway 8 left either. They gave me runway 9. But whatever. Let's
Miami ground, bed 2-1, requesting the end of pushback.
Bat 2-1. Request to end pushback received.
let's fix that real quick before we go any further.
American 1963. Turn next taxiway.
Hold short runway 9er, Boeing 421. Miami Tower, Boeing Lima Tango Golf 8421. At runway 9er ready for departure. IFR to San Jose.
American Boeing Lima Tango Golf 8421. Altimeter 3019er traffic is Boeing 7. Boeing Lima Tango Golf 842. Going to 127.5. American 1963.
All right, there we go.
Cleared for takeoff runway 9er. Boeing Lima Tango Golf 8421.
All right, this needs to be turned off. Off. And engine select mode normal. There we go. All right, I'm gonna shut some of this down because Alright, I think we're ready to go here. Just double checking some things, making sure we got nice smooth gameplay, which it appears we do. Let me get my mouse back on the right screen. There we go.
Boeing 421 contact Miami departure on 125.5. Good day. Boeing 421, did you copy?
I noticed there's a lag in the stream. Hold on, we need to figure that out before we go any further. Why is this happening? Performance. Apparently we had a GPU spike for some reason. Stand by, I'm trying to get it figured out why we spiked, or why we're spiking. Alright, I think we're good to go. Alright, we're ready.
Boeing 421, did you hear my last transmission? Delta 866, exit runway when able.
Miami Tower, American 1815, 13 miles west, inbound ILS runway 9er approach.
American 1815, Miami Tower.
Cleared ILS runway 9er approach, American 1815.
125.5 for Boeing 42.
Delta 866, turn next taxiway. Delta 866, turn next taxiway. Delta 866, contact ground on
127.5, Delta 866.
American 187 turn next taxiway. American 187 turn next taxiway. American 187 contact ground on 121.8.
Going to
I hate when they do
121.8, American 187.
Like I said, the game's not perfect. It doesn't always work the way it's supposed to.
Miami Tower, United 4200, 14 miles west. Inbound RNAV runway 8 left approach.
United 4200, Miami Tower. Altimeter 3019er, cleared RNAV runway 8 left approach.
Cleared RNAV runway 8 left approach. United 4200.
What is going on? Oh, this game is acting up. Okay, let's try switching over to COM 2.
Miami clearance delivery. Bahamas 222 IFR to Nassau. Ready to copy. Clear to Nassau. As far as runway 9er. Climb and maintain 4,000 expect flight. Level tree 6010 minutes after
Nothing's
departure.
working. The
Departure
game's all...
frequency is 126.85.
I'm gonna call it a game because it's acting like a game. It's all glitched out. So we're just gonna take off without permission because the game is not working correctly.
Miami clearance delivery. Exit 942 IFR to Juliana. Ready to copy. Cleared to Juliana, as filed. Runway 9er. Climb and maintain 2000. Departure frequency is 126.85. Squawk 6224. Exit 9er 42.
Miami clearance delivery. Amerijet 731 ready to copy IFR clearance to Salvador.
Miami approach, Bet 21, 1 mile southeast of Miami, 100. Request IFR to Atlanta, ready to copy.
Cleared to Salvador, as filed. Runway 9er. Climb and maintain 4,000 expect flight level tree 6010 minutes after departure.
21 cleared to
Departure
Atlanta Airport
frequency
is
is
filed.
126.85. Squawk 0321. Amerijet 731.
Continue to SALT following heading 085. Resume on navigation, climb, and maintain flight level 400. Expect flight level 400, Bet 21. Going to 126.85, Bet 21.
Descend and maintain 2000. Cessna 0, Mike Charlie.
Miami departure, Bet 21 is passing 2,900 climbing flight level 400.
Oh, apparently nothing wants to work this morning. Look, the flight plan is all glitched. Everything is not the way it should be.
Bet 21, have the traffic.
Everything stopped working. Why is this happening? Heading select isn't on.
Shortly.
Right? Heading select isn't on, but it says it is, and it's got me. Alright, let's try this. Look, heading LOC mode is off, but it's still, it's like it's... The flight plan isn't loaded. I don't know what happened here today. This is not right, and you can see here that it's all glitched, like it's not, this isn't right. If we change it, maybe it'll decide to act right. Let's see here. Yeah, you see, this shouldn't be this way, but it is, and the plane isn't following the flight plan. The radios aren't working, everything's all messed up. It's all out of whack.
775 for bat 21.
Autopilot isn't working.
Bat 21 is passing 7,700 climbing flight level 400.
Like, it's not even... Alright, let's turn this off. Flight director is on, auto throttle is on. And it's just wobbling back and forth. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. We're gonna have to ditch it in the ocean.
.05, American 1088.
some reason. So we're on our way back to the airport. Same thing happened the other day. Like I got it all programmed, and now I took off and it's just not following.
2,200 climbing flight level 400.
It's not following the flight plan. Which is very frustrating because it took like a half hour to get everything all set up. Let's try to do a water landing. Let's see if we can pull off a water landing here. Let's put some brakes on. See, the flight radios aren't working. Everything, like, I don't know, if the game is just glitched out or something. Let's try to do it over here in Key Biscayne. We'll ditch it right along the city shoreline here. So that way,
1,000.
We can get picked up. The Coast Guard can come rescue us, right? The Port of Miami.
$500. 400.
Alright, we don't want to ditch it yet. Let's put our flaps down. Give us some speed.
$300.
Speed, we need speed here. Give me gas. Why won't you give me gas? Give me gas.
200. 100.
Pull up, 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 pull up. Oh, that was close.
60.
Alright, now here's where we're gonna ditch it. Look, I feel it touching the water. That's crazy. And there it goes. Anyways, I don't know what happened, dude. Like, the flight plan didn't take. I say we would have survived it, though, since it's been there. Oh, wait, the landing gear. How are the landing gear down? I didn't put the landing gear down.
Ready to copy.
Look, we're just bobbing on the waves here. boat. Or maybe this guy's coming out to rescue
Clear
us.
to Salvador, as filed.
The
Runway
Champlain's
9er.
coming to rescue us.
Climb and
They're
maintain
like,
4,000, expect flight level tree. 6010
yes, we
minutes
crashed.
after
Come out
departure.
here. No, you're going the other way.
Departure frequency is 126.85. Squawk 0776. Amerijet 7 Tree 1.
Anyways. Let's try something different. Like, I don't understand what happened there. It wouldn't, like, everything just started glitching out. And for some reason, I'm running at...
Yeah. Like my GPU usually runs at like 50%, but for some reason it was running at like 80 and 90%. And the flight plan wouldn't work. Air traffic control stopped working. Like the game just, I'm guessing the game just glitched out. See what happened. Let's try something here. Beach. See, it's acting weird. Like, look at the weather. Yeah, there's something weird going on. Let's just try restarting the game. Maybe that's what's going. There's. Look, like the game won't even stop, and it's like running at 90. Yeah, there's something wrong. Okay, there we go. It just shut down now. But my GPU is still spiking, and there's nothing even being used on that PC. What was going on? Dude, I'm not using anything. How can the GPU